It's a DK opening. It's a Blademaster opening. We are in the first game of the Dolphin Warcraft Super League and almost witnessing FoCuS dying to the creeps here. Again, the system, every point matters. Every map matters. Every map will reward you with the point at the very least. But for Happy, the goal should be to be as dominant as possible. He's the emperor. He's the driving force of Undead Esports, especially when 120 is playing below standards. He's always there. He's always on top. He's the leader in the ELO rankings. But versus the orcs, man, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. That is a nice little steal for FoCuS. The tech has just started, basically. 1/3 and an Acolyte is down. Happy has a backup Acolyte, so this is not the end of the world, but the Acolyte is here and not working. He's on a little bit of vacation. So financially, this is already a little bit of a win for FoCuS. But we have seen a little bit of a paradigm shift that you don't have to cancel attacks anymore. As long as you can creep, you shall be fine. Accelerate.
B2W heart, B2W heart.
Accelerates. Thank you for the 5 month. This Blademaster harass continues. Nice little save here. Not even sure if that was on purpose, but yeah, Happy is suffering a little bit in his base, even though this is good saves. This is very distracting. DK at around 2.8, close to level 3, gets the double claws that the Blademaster would love to have, but he neglected creeping for some economy damage, for some distraction. I gotta say, yes, money might be a little bit of an issue. We see the difference here, 9,900 against 9,700, but he didn't have to rebuild an Acolyte. It was mostly time. This DK inventory is quite sick, and FoCuS, while he's obviously a great orc player, so far we haven't seen any great steals yet. Alan2610, much love. Thank you for the 3 month.
Red heart emoji.
Red heart emoji right back. Tier 3 on the way, double beastery. This is, of course, the Shadowhunter Wyvern play. An easy to execute, heavy and hard-hitting strategy that orcs love to play against the opponents, especially the undead opponent, especially Happy. So the first gargoyle is coming out while Happy is teching to tier 3. Now, Lin has played Tauren late game. That helped against 120 and Happy alike. Oh, careful, buddy. Blademaster has a potion.
Thanks for casting DWSL.
Let's go. Thank you, Abstract, for the $5. Much love. Laboratory creep surely intercepted here. Wants to make sure that no coil is flying. No, he denied. FoCuS. On the highest level in the most important tournament, the Burrow gets the kill because he was under so much pressure. He knew the hex would be running out. He knew that Happy has the coil queued already, and he didn't hit the stop button and couldn't get it. Ridiculous. Oh man, that is not a great start. He fought so hard for it. Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for the support. It means the world, everybody. As you can probably hear, big smile on my face. Not on FoCuS's face, though. Knowing that you have this debut match, you could, of course, argue, well, it's the easiest start. You can only win. But after play day 1 being at the bottom of the barrel, with eventually 0 points, put some pressure on here. I feel winning a map against Happy, or even 2, can accelerate you quite a bit in the rankings. So make every map worth it and fight till the very end. The first claw, the double circlet on FoCuS's side. We go into more Gargs by Happy. This is rather standard. Wyvern, only 3 into the first bat. That is a little bit lower creep speed, actually. Oh, Fly, some connectivity issues. We've seen that the past couple of days. You guys are freaking legends, man. Thank you, Roro, Accelerate, Alan, Abstract, and the anonymous gifter Santa coming in early here today. We got 3 best of 5, so potentially 15 maps before we go into the second day of W3 Champions Finals. This is gonna be great, man. Starbuck versus Pato. Ooh. Jens versus Cash. Let's go. Tiesiok versus Kraft. And of course, Soul 8man and Carson will join us there as well. Well, unfortunate situation for Fly. Paying for the broadcasting rights and then only able to see the first 7 minutes. He shall be gone. So FoCuS and Happy can continue competing. Happy, pretty greedy with this creep. With Coil Nova, you can creep a ton, of course. Big red spot, perfect surround, easy as that. We get the Belt of Giant Strength for FoCuS. That is a bit more HP, and HP is always great because you can tank a little bit more Coil Nova. It's gonna be all about the heroes. And the air. Air superiority and heroes on the ground. Gonna be curious to see if Happy is still playing Alchemist, because he totally did not do that yesterday in the matches versus the other orcs. Namely Lin. Orb of Lightning up. FoCuS does not have a single level 3. I don't think he expected Happy to have that red spot done yet. Flute as well. Onto a big melee army, that hurts a little bit. And that is the Ogre Magi missing. What can you do with 2 level 2 heroes? The bat detonates despite eating the coil first. Well done. Purge kill. This first engagement, this little backstab. Not bad, I gotta say. Elevates FoCuS a little bit. But yeah, he still has to creep. You cannot go into a big fight without level 2 crit, without level 2 heal wave. And he's rather close, but Happy knows that as well, of course. Is he thinking about a 3rd hero? He has the money now. Very accurate. Hex used early, but Happy's favorite new toy, the Wand of Negation. Looking good. Lich level 2. The bat is trying to go to the Gargs. It is a double whammy. Kills one, hurts the other. Statue also under attack. Can't move thanks to the Orb of Lightning. Coil is available. And Happy's air army did suffer. More Gargs coming in. It is the Dark Ranger. Doesn't help much against Wyvern Bats. And maybe it's a mistake. While this is a great tool to have against Lin, who switches late game into ground, FoCuS oftentimes sticks with dual hero. Bats all gone. Dual hero and just mass air. And I think there the Alchemist is still better. I think the main point of the Dark Ranger at the moment is a little bit of creep speed with skeletons and maybe preventing a Windwalk and a Hex or a Heal Wave. Heal Scroll, Invo Potion available for FoCuS. He's getting closer to level 3, and I think at the 10-minute mark we can say FoCuS is playing a fine game here on Last Refuge. And we see there is no totem, there's no beastery. It is this one-dimensional mass air play that we've seen over and over, and FoCuS should probably be happy to see that there is no Alchemist. It was always one of FoCuS's weak spots that he didn't split the air army against chemical acid bomb, and then all his air army was affected by the minus armor and the damage over time, and Happy was nuking away with Coil Nova, and all of a sudden that air army was reduced to like 50%. Not the case here. Double crit gives him the Cutgas pipe. More mana for the Shadow Hunter. The Rastaman. He likes to smoke that pipe, I'm sure. Now a little bit more damage would be great. Double Gloves of Haste, Claw, Circlet. That's nice. That's some good crits. 7,600 damage already. Dark Ranger level 2. No Frost Armor, which could help against the bad detonates. We transition into Fiends. Maybe Happy is forcing FoCuS. Wait a minute. Liquid Fire. Now that is interesting! Shadow Hunter almost down. No way. Oh my god. He passes the Invo Potion. Huge mistake. Surgical strike by Happy. Just when you think that FoCuS has a chance, Happy lets the guillotine snap, and that is a disaster. Shadow Hunter benched for 100 seconds. Not allowed. I think the Shadow Hunter was silenced there for a bit. We talked about the difficulties and the differences between Alchemist and Dark Ranger here. Perfect example of why a Dark Ranger can be great at all times. The silence, but then also late passing of the Invo Potion. Too late. But maybe the air army can go for a little revenge, but no. Happy was ready for it. The Spirit Tower was there. There was a little Hail Mary with Liquid Fire. He wanted to lame, but he couldn't. Hello, viewer. You are watching the Dolphin Warcraft Super League, an amazing tournament with 200 matches over 2 months where 15 players are competing for $28,000. To be able to broadcast this, we had to acquire the broadcasting rights from the sponsor and organizer. We gladly did this because it's peak content and just an amazing competition. We had to pay from our own pockets though, and if you like what we do and if you like that we bring you the games free of charge, then you can help us make it worth it. At backtowarcraft.com/support, you find all the ways to support it, whether that's a Twitch sub or a YouTube membership or a dono or a Patreon, or just grab a little bit of our merch in the stream description. Thank you for your attention, and now have fun with the games. This Acolyte has a tough task ahead of him. So, as so often, this has been established for quite some time, but you build the barracks here, you build a Blademaster, you lure the creeps from here to here, and then you go out of Windwalk here, and then the unit is trapped between these two openings, and then you can creep it with ease without taking the full camp. That should be the mission for FoCuS. Happy on the other side wants to pull the rest of the camp, including the golem, the slow golem, the mud golem,
town is under siege,
and maybe put the Acolyte in between and block and disrupt this. Oh, there we go. And all of a sudden, this doesn't work anymore. So simple, so effective. This Acolyte position, just a move command, brought Happy 30 seconds. A little more. And he, on the other side, has a little specialty on Twisted Meadows. Let's not forget about that. Expansion plays for Happy on Twisted are no rarity. Ow, FoCuS gets the golem creep in, but yeah, 30 seconds, pretty much exactly 30 seconds. And especially on a big map like this, when you know that your opponent is going for an expo, 30 seconds matter. But the reward is still great. Boots of Keltalas, 6 agility, plus damage, plus attack speed. He's got it all. Happy, of course, with a clean creep here as well. This is not gonna be too easy, as FoCuS should know that Happy is a huge fan of these expos. He did it versus Fly. He did it versus Lin. He did it probably versus FoCuS himself. Wants to boost this up a little bit with the circlet.
a player's forces are under attack.
This will delay Happy's tech by a lot. And FoCuS still farming. A little bit of extra HP. And Happy gets the steal. Can't prevent level 2. So at least there's that. Using the speed scroll, but it just seems like Happy is on top of his game. Reading his opponent correctly. Arrives at the right time. And just punish. Now, FoCuS, you are freaking amazing when it comes to knocking down Night Elf expansions. It's pretty much the same. Instead of the Entangled Goldmine, you got a Haunted Goldmine, but look how ready Happy is. He is hugging that Goldmine. Got the Narub ready, perfectly at time for when the Blademaster is here. And this is all wasted time. Always this extra bit of preparation when Happy's in the mix. And now what you can do. Tier 2. And do some damage then. Wonder if it's still the mass air play, if it's a counter expansion maybe. This is already problematic. The skeleton cannot get the last hit. Close. Perfect scouting, of course, as well. Again, a sign that Happy is reading the game to perfection. And creeping with the ghouls. Why not? We got a devotion aura, which is fantastic. More armor on everything that's around the Blademaster. Doesn't help with the creep speed. But yeah, look, this is different. A Raider Walker build and a TC second. Blademaster TC, a very unique build by FoCuS, we gotta say. No mass raiders against buildings only. No mass air as is the norm. And no Shadow Hunter. So this could be a tier 2 expansion to counter. This could be just Raider Walker pressure. This could be Raider Walker into tier 3. But what do you do with that TC? Happy? Don't tell me! Oh my god. I gotta say, a bit sloppy. No scouting. Happy gets the grunt as well. When it rains, it pours. This game turns into an utter catastrophe for FoCuS. Did Last Refuge break him a little bit? We were celebrating FoCuS big time when he defeated Happy in L Cup. Afterwards, one of the biggest slumps in recent years for FoCuS. He was truly underwhelming. And just when he's on the upswing, because he is on the upswing right now, Happy is in his way and shows him his place once again. This is not the fierce competition that we have seen between Lin and Happy yesterday, or Lin and 120 yesterday. This is a bit game 1 uninspired and just less clean. At least the TC can creep. And FoCuS is not giving this up. But yeah, Happy is on 2 bases. That is scary. His tech is about to be finished. That is scary. The scouting is perfect. The DK arrival, creep checks, all of it. And this is FoCuS's first losers pick. Bad sign.
A player's forces are under
Everybody is stepping up his game prior to this competition. That was very, very noticeable in B Cup. That went for Happy, who won that tournament, of course. For 120, who became from a top 10 player all of a sudden to a championship contender. Lin looks super inspired. New builds, lots of motivation, amazing plays. Lawlight all of a sudden top 4. And also FoCuS, as I said, he is improved. But other people are reaching new heights of skill.
a player's
FoCuS,
forces are under attack.
coming out of that slump, had to reach his normal shape again. And when everybody is stepping it up, and you're just back to your norm, that's still a big difference. Radar Walker Kodo TC second tier 3. It is an interesting build to say the least. Blademaster is harassing during the tech. That's nice. Actually gets a kill as well. Good. Happy is down to 8 acolytes, so he got 2 kills actually. But when he's up a base already, maybe that doesn't do that much. FoCuS goes Windwalk 2 instead of Crit 2. Can cover more distance while in Windwalk for that harass strategy. Probably the right call.
Under attack.
But then he has to make it to level 4 before the big first fight. Resource management is looking good. 750 gold. That is time for the tiny Great Hall that unlocks in a second when tier 3 is done. So that's this idea of countering Happy financially, economically,
A player's
and keep him busy. And that worked well, level-wise. 3/3 heroes for the orc. TC crept really well. And with the tiny Great Hall, you even things out economically while both are at 50-50. Happy with the perfect scout, of course. Man, I should pay $1 for every time I say perfect scout. It just is. Eyes everywhere. Even though Happy has dialed it back a little bit on shades, he still benefits from a lot of knowledge that he gathers with skeletons. And then if you save the lumber for the pit, you can put that into other upgrades. Happy's army is not overwhelming just yet. There's lots to creep, and that usually benefits the orc. Shadowhunter 3rd, Headhunters as well. Feels like FoCuS was always... You dog! Thank you very much!
Here's some euros for the perfect scout pool.
Wonderful. Thank you, mate. He was always more motivated playing ground as orc instead of mass wyvern, even though that was the more powerful strategy. It was just a necessity to go for it. We got a big cow here, actually, and a spell shield. Now look at that. Oh, this is getting interesting here. So either Coil or Nova during a nuke will be blocked by a spell shield. That's amazing. The TC has already 1300 HP, which is mental with the double belt and the gauntlets. Blademaster got more damage as well. Happy going Crypt Lord. No Dark Ranger against the Tri-Hero combo. And I said this before, Happy's impales are a thing of beauty. He hits so much, but first he is the one being hit at his expo, forces the TP at the second red spot, got the Orb of Darkness, which at least gives him skeletons. And Orb of Darkness has been buffed on the last patch, so it gives you higher level skeletons during a fight, and that could be nice actually. No great second orb carry, but the Crypt Lord will be in the front row and might create some skeletons here and there in the absence of a Dark Ranger, which then is of course a wonderful synergy with the high level Lich. If he goes for Dark Ritual, can then eat these skeletons. We have arrived in the late game. Love FoCuS's inventory. Oh, except that item. There we go, Shadowhunter. Invo potions, he keeps the spell shield for now. Big invo potion on the Lich. And FoCuS is not interested in direct fighting. He's just going for bases. With Raiders, forces the second town portal, trades it as his army isn't ready yet. One Raider falling. But Happy... Oh, the ghouls. They weren't part of the town portal because he sent them to the lumber. And then they count as workers, and workers don't get portaled. Nice little dent in FoCuS's economy. Gets punished though, and now we have level 4. This Blademaster is getting scary. Got the Orb of Lightning that leads to Purge, that immobilizes units when it triggers. And Happy can creep a little more. The mainland is almost empty here on Twisted Meadows. And we gotta say, the Crypt Lord is a little underwhelming so far. Since Happy was always pushed back. 3 towers. And another TP, that is number 3. With Orcs, you have somewhat of a mini TP in your speed scroll. Oh, the Kodos don't have a speed scroll. I'm not sure if this works, man. Tauren up on the field. No pulverize just yet. Is this fight coming in a little too early? Maybe. Crypt Lord super tanky. TC in the back. Nuke on the Tauren. Wipes him out immediately. Impale in the back. We don't have Ancestral Spirit to bring that Tauren back just here. Is Happy just superior in the fights? Is he just the better brawler? We got the new Tauren. The DK is low. He's attacking... Destroyers now. Nuke on the Shadowhunter once again. Is it just Last Refuge all over again? Looks like it. 200 critical strike. A grunt falls. The Fiends have been saved in the ground. And not much reveal against that. Happy smashes the fight. 20 food ahead. FoCuS's army didn't come together just yet. And essential upgrades weren't there. So it's all down to the Blademaster now. We need a lot of crits. Happy had a very heavy investment into destroyers prior to this fight. So it was the perfect timing for that. Now, destroyers all out of mana. Dead weight in supply. 25 food in no mana destroyers. There is a small chance for FoCuS to still bring this back. Oh, not without the blade though! Avada Kedavra! Invo potion. FoCuS dodging shotgun bullets. That could have been the end right there. And 2 guaranteed points for Happy at the debut of the Super League. After this match, this is a best of 5 of course, so we will have at least one more. Fortitude versus Moon, Lin versus Life. The standard will be set here today. 4-3-3 levels. Very powerful. FoCuS struggles with the level 3 Shadowhunter. He might get it here. There is very little to creep. No third base by Happy. We don't see an 11th Acolyte. And that is solo creeping for the Shadowhunter, which I think is absolutely necessary. Bit of a glass cannon blade. 2.9, but a claw. More damage on the blade. Calm before the storm. Another peon is scouting 4 more buildings, but Happy, yeah. He has the luxury unit shade. And so he sees every movement and can react accordingly. It is a blessing to see Torrent in the meta, as established by Lin as so often. There's always a little bit of collaboration between FoCuS and Lin going on, from what I learned. So maybe they came up with this in unison. Happy is pimping his inventory. Triple invuln. He knows if FoCuS wants to come back into this game, it has to be via hero FoCuS. He doesn't want to allow that. Flute is getting better and better with the fiends rotating in as the ghouls are rotating out. And heal scrolls against the stomp and pulverize as well. It must be a new element for orcs on this level to play with Torrent. They didn't do that much in the past 23 years. And it's relatively easy to over micro them. They need to attack. And the wind-up animation takes a long time. Yeah, there's a shade, there's a blade, there's a nuke immediately. So I guess you gotta send the Torrent and leave them alone, ideally. Happy is scouting for another base, but I don't know if he checked this position. Instead of building a Great Hall, FoCuS is building a shop for a tiny Great Hall. Is there enough space anymore is the question. This is gonna be very, very greedy. Happy is in high upkeep. He's willing to fight. I love this shop not only for the Great Hall, but just to have access to mana and heal potions. That's an amazing shop. Big brain play by FoCuS. This might actually turn the tide. Big investment, of course, as Happy is preparing a push, and look at all these destroyers. 6 of them. Oh my god. A huge destroyer above. 8 destroyers. 100 supply undead army on level 533. FoCuS needs reinforcements ASAP. 2 armor upgrades as well. That makes it so that bats are relatively useless. FoCuS, you tried a lot. Good luck. Cross your heart. You need all the support that you can get. 240 crit because... Oh my god! Deleted! GG! Omega over! No chance! Blademaster disappears in 2 seconds despite the spell shield. There was so much damage. And FoCuS, this is not allowed whatsoever. Never, ever, ever is this allowed. To expose your Blademaster like that. He's your carry. Your entire game revolves around that Blademaster. And now he's dead. And the cow is following. Another coil. Happy is still at 98 food. Unreal. FoCuS is not on Happy's level. He popped that blade like a pimple. We trust in the Blademaster once again. Lynn switched it up a little bit by playing a Farseer every now and then. And yeah, I don't know if the TC Raider Walker combo was necessarily the right thing. He leveled the TC really well, FoCuS did. But yeah, his early creeping was delayed. That enabled the expansion. And now FoCuS. Last hit would be amazing to delay level 2. He plays around it. He knows the blade is here. And these early game dances between Blademaster and Undeads is really, really something. A nice little skill check. And then you look at Lynn. He got an entire level yesterday from 1 creep jack. That's the goal here. Slow, happy, down. Whatever it takes. There is reveal. So there shouldn't really be an opportunity for FoCuS to do something. And there isn't. 0 XP. He got... Okay. He got a wolf. Nice. And now interrupting the ritual dagger. A hurt DK is always a liability, but creating good distance, ghouls and skeletons up front with chip damage, efficiency, and the healing was not interrupted. Interesting Acolyte Scout here. A lot of agility heroes, like Demon Hunter Blade, are going for the Sludge Flinger on this position. Happy is on the lookout for that. Now we got tier 2. 1,000 gold. Shadowhunter. Beasteries, I guess. Happy is pretty dominant as 4. Of course, it's a very fragile orc early game. Reveal. FoCuS! B2W rip in the chat. He got the claw. He got the claw. This series is a disaster for FoCuS start to finish. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Happy is better. Blade is back, so maybe it was to a degree calculated. But if you want to deny DK leveling, donating a hero away is not necessarily great. I can't understand you want to make the argument. But the Blademaster was also prevented from leveling. I'm curious for the rest of the season for FoCuS.
A player's forces are
Is this just a mental block against Happy? Or is it his general shape not lining up with the rest of the scene? At least mentally, Happy is out of the way. He punishes him again. We got the Wyvern here though. Okay, can he do something? Very little anti-air.
Back we rooken. Danke voor die stabielen cast.
Yo, thank you, mate. Quit. Just spare us the time. This is not worth our time. Careless, sloppy, no competition.
forces are under attack.
And we gotta say, Happy steeled in the fire, or forged in the fire of the B Cup, where he went through the ringer with Colorful, with 120, with Lin. He just had days and days and days of highest level competition. Maybe a level of competition that I've never seen in 20 years. And then there's FoCuS, who is fighting to reach his normal level at the moment. And then his series looks like this. Two hero kills in the early game. Blade has a solid equipment.
A player's forces are under attack.
But that's about it. It's level 1 crit. You can't compete. Happy also. Let's get this over with, man. I'm pushing you before my frenzy is ready. Before my Destros are ready. I don't even need that. It's gonna be a little luxury item on top. And I guess we can count the seconds. He's running straight into Wyvern, but Coil Nova is solid anti-air, of course, with the TC out. Maybe there's a chance. One hero nuke, maybe. But I guess there's only one to nuke. And that is Happy. Great mana management as so often. Always has the coil ready when he needs it. Kodo coming in. Didn't even eat just yet. Hard to find an answer. 2 ghouls. Level 3 Blade. Let's see if we can keep him safe. Happy needs more anti-air. Aiming for the Lich now. There is Frost Armor. Save. Kodo gone. And with that, the Fiend is back. With that, he has anti-air again. And yeah, no chance. Happy playing above average for his standards. That is incredibly impressive.